Hey again. So yeah, like I said, I'm doing a series of sharing a lot of visions that I had in my life, and this video was pertaining to Donald Trump inauguration. So in this dream, I saw two Caucasian ladies, and I guess it was a mother and her daughter, and it was like if they was out putting chairs up, to get ready for something. And when I saw them, I kind of wanted to assist them, kind of wanted to help them. And so I walked up to them and asked them if they needed some help. And they didn't say nothing, but all of a sudden it was like they had grabbed this tarp that pretty much covered the whole area. They grabbed the tarp and they folded like that, and their hand I guess bundled up to get a good grip, and they just started pulling the tarp back. You know what I'm saying? And it was almost like if we was in a field and they was pulling the tarp back, and it was uncovering the whole field. And I'm just kind of just looking at them. And then the grass was so when it was pulling it back, the grass was tall. The grass was real tall. And so I wanted to I kind of got excited, so I wanted to help them out. So I wanted to cut the grass. So I asked them hey, I can cut this grass for y'all, because I have a weed eater at home, and I was thinking about I can get that weed eater to help them cut it. And then all of a sudden I had a push mower in my hand, and I just started just cutting the grass with with this push mower. But it happened so fast. It was I only cut out a little square piece, but the little square piece that I cut, that was all you could see. It was it was almost like the field wasn't there anymore or something. So anyway, I but it felt like it was a lot. So I got my push mower, and I just I just cut the grass. I just cut the grass, and when the grass was done cut, it was it was so it was so perfection. It was so perfect the way how the grass was cut. It almost looked like it was artificial. It almost looked like it was fake. I mean, it was I could see every blade on the grass, and it was green. I mean, it was like if you just got finished cutting some grass, then it drizzles, then the sun come out and shine on it, and it just makes it it makes it look artificial. It makes it look so freaking real to where it almost looks like it's fake, and that's how it looked. And so I remember sitting back, and I was just looking at the grass, and I was so happy about that. You know what I'm saying? I was so proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I had cut this little piece of grass, and that looked at so freaking, like I said, looked at so unique. It looked at unique. And then all of a sudden, it was just the thought came over me out of nowhere, and it was we was getting ready for Donald Trump's inauguration. And whenever I thought of that in the dream, I was this is pretty big, because I'm not into politics like that. You know what I'm saying? I do love politics. I really like a good debate on certain things. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't. I'm not into oh, this is my president, that's not my president. Oh, he's doing this wrong, he's doing that good. I just don't get myself caught up, but I pay attention to what's going on, though. You know what I'm saying? So because I believe God used anything he can use for the good. And I ain't saying that this man is good by any means, and I ain't saying he's bad by any means. But if you chosen, especially if, I'm gonna put it like this, especially if you're chosen, you don't need to put people in category to try to pinpoint them. You just already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's really that simple. So, it's like you don't have to. You don't have to. What's that saying when they say you don't have to beat a dead horse? It's like if you know something about a person, you ain't got this goddamn really pick on them about it. Obviously if it's affecting you, or your community, yeah, then you can voice your opinion on certain things, because we all got the right to voice our opinion, right? But I'm just not trying to get into all that. So it was representing Donald Trump inauguration, and I remember thinking like man, I don't even rock with Donald Trump like that. Like why am I having this dream for his inauguration? Because like I said, I had made the grass so perfectly, and all of a sudden it was like I was like, well, I did that for him, and I kind of really didn't like that. But so as I was waking up to come up out the dream, I was realizing it was bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? So like the dream really had meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Not for him, but it was just using inauguration, because whatever you going through could be tied to something as big as a presidency inauguration. So anyway, I woke up, and like I said, this is gonna be one of them short vision videos, that happen real quick. So like I said, I'm gonna have some short ones and some long ones, but I just gotta just start doing them, y'all. I just gotta just start doing them, So Most High gonna lead me in the way that He wants to lead me. I just gotta just start doing it. So yeah, wasn't really much to that video, because it's a lot of other videos, that 3 of them in particular that I'm just not gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Because it hadn't come to pass yet. So, not that I'm a believer in speaking into something before it happens, because people can wish bad on it, and that is the truth. But it was multiple things. Concrete a little hard right there. It was multiple things that I've spoken on in the past before that happened, and it still happened. So I'm a firm believer in, whatever you believe in, whatever you put your energy in, that's what you're gonna get out. So I was always growing up. When I was growing up, I was always told, don't say something before it happened, because people can stop a blessing. And I used to always believe that. So it dawned on me one day, and I was like, okay, so how you break that? That's like a curse. So how you break that? You know what I'm saying? And how you would break it, you would tell people, and then once you would see them wish bad on it, then it wouldn't happen. You wouldn't stop there. You would find something else that was that you really couldn't risk. You know what I'm saying? Telling someone, but you knew that the only way you could break that curse, that you had to keep telling them. Because after about the 3rd, 4th, 5th time of you telling them, and then you can end up breaking that curse. I'm a true believer in that. And so I actually challenged myself on that. I did it with jobs. I did it with different things, and to where they actually wish bad and nothing happened. But I remember by the 3rd time I had done it, I was like, okay, man, I was wanting to give up. You know what I'm saying? I was wanting to give up, but I'm like, bro, you got that curse. So by the 5th time I done it, it was just like I kind of overcame it. So it's just like now, even when I'm on a job site, it don't matter where I'm at, bro, I just go ahead and say it, and because I'm so tuned in, it's like it can't even phase me, don't even stop me no more. But these 3 particular ones, it was like the Most High Himself telling me like don't say anything about this yet, because this is some principality type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people in high places, may get a hold to my videos and see that, and then they could they got way more technology and powers that we have, to where they can actually manipulate some stuff with these type of technologies and powers they have. And if you don't know what you're fighting up against, you kind of blinded. So, but it got nothing to do with me not telling people because I'm worrying about them wishing bad on it. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than that. So I done elevated out of that. So if you ever wanted to do that, you just got to take a risk, and that's a big risk. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not telling you to do that by any means, because it may not work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be tuned in for this. You got to like I said, you got to and it's gonna take a few times. It took 5 times for me, but it's like I don't hold nothing back. So yeah, you know, so if any one of y'all is going through what I went through, just to know that, yeah, you coming out of it. You know, it's like a curse, and you you know, putting yourself through it like that, you know, that's one way you could break it. So I broke mine when it came to that. But yeah, you know, so like I said, this is a little short video. I'm already 11 minutes in. I was supposed to shut it off, and I saw 6 minutes, so I pretty much done said the message. But that right there, just thought that just came out also. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna close this video. But like I said, so I did research on that about the inauguration. So it really had nothing to do with Donald Trump, right? You know what I'm saying? It had everything to do with me. You know, most of your visions are gonna have something to do with you, pertaining you, or you may have a message for someone. And even in this video, just because it pertains to me, you know, people that's watching it from all over, it still can touch them also. So, you know, even though it was pertaining to me, but it still pertained to other people, because this is confirmation for, you know, for whoever. So yeah. So whenever you have visions like that, you know, don't get discouraged thinking like, oh, you know, it's for that person, you know, this and that. Just do some research, you know, tune into yourself, you know, and then meditate, and then you're gonna get confirmation about everything. So yeah, so like I said, y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing making these videos. I don't know, you know. I'm just trying to be obedient. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. So hallelujah.